Hello, and welcome to another episode of Glorious Life on Wheels. I am on the road traveling, but I took a few days to rest and relax in one of my very favorite places. I'll give you a really brief tour before I get on to the main focus of this video. There's Cuddle down there relaxing, sunning in front of the window. And I love this particular resort because it has a full kitchen, which I'm going to use in a minute to show you an amazing recipe. But here's Cuddle's new bed. That was an early Christmas present to him. But it has everything I need in here. Closet, nice bathroom with a bathtub, rain shower, even has a pull-out sofa and a comfy bed, seating area for dining. It just has everything. Doesn't have an oven, but I have my Omnia cooker, so I can use that when I want to bake. But this is where I've been just relaxing for a few days and spent Thanksgiving. As long as I have access to this kitchen, I thought, you know what? Let me go ahead and make this video about a very delicious but inexpensive meal like my mama used to make. A Depression era meal when you had very little money and very few ingredients, but you needed to make a filling meal that would sustain you and, fill your belly, but didn't cost very much. So come on, and I'm going to show you what that meal is today. This Depression era meal for under $1 a serving. It may even be under 50 cents. I'll have to do the math and let you know at the end. But do stay tuned till the end because I'm going to show you some beautiful scenery from where I am. By the time you see this video, I'll be gone on to the next destination. But I wanted to share a little bit of this with you. So come on and join me in the kitchen. This is one of the favorite recipes that I enjoyed growing up when times were hard. It's just a basic potato bake recipe. You have some potatoes. I parboil them, and I use a little bit of this chicken bouillon because it helps to give a little flavor to the potatoes. And then I got this John Morrill sausage, smoked sausage from Dollar Tree. It's only $1.25. And actually, the potatoes that I used here, they're from the grocery outlet, and I got a full bag of potatoes. I forget how many pounds it was, but I can use this recipe at least 3 or 4 times, and that bag was only $1.50. So I used about a third of the bag, which would be 50 cents, $1.25 for the Morrill sausage, and these bell peppers, which were free because they came out of my daughter's garden. The first thing I do is just melt some butter in a pan, and I'm doing that because I want to cook my bell peppers just a little bit so they'll be kind of soft in the dish. And it looks like I may have used a little bit too much butter, so I'm going to put that away and save the rest of it for later. As you can see here, I've sliced up the bell pepper and sliced up the sausage. And now what I'm going to do, letting the bell pepper get a little soft, and now what I'm going to do, kind of hard to do it with one hand, but I'm going to add my potatoes. Let me get the rest of these out of here. And then I'm going to season it up, and that's it. Add the rest of these potatoes. Don't want to waste an ounce because we're on a very tight budget here for this meal. Put this pot aside in the sink. And then I'm just going to let this cook. Mix it up good, and I'll come back and show you what seasonings I put in. I'm going to be adding some garlic powder. I like to give a good healthy amount of garlic powder. Then I'll add some onion powder. A good dose of that. Then this is one of my favorite. It's a garlic and herb seasoning that's salt-free. I'm going to add a little bit of that. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of soul food because I've already had some salt in the chicken bouillon that I cooked the potatoes in, so I don't need too much. So I'm just going to add a little bit of salt here, and then I'm going to mix this all up so the season gets all throughout here. Again, this is not my normal quality of cooking video because I don't have my photographer Enoch, but I think you get the point here. I'm going to get this mixed up and come back. And the last thing I like to add, because I like ketchup with my potatoes, is a squirt of ketchup here, and this will make at least 3 servings. So you can add the ketchup to your taste, or you can even add broccoli or some other type of greenery like cabbage or kale, but I want to show you this makes at least 3 servings, good sized servings. So that is what? $1.25 for the sausage, 50 cents for the potatoes, divided by 3, that comes out to 58 cents per serving. Well, I think that's pretty good. 3 servings for under 60 cents a serving. Dropped a sausage. Cuddle was right there at my feet to get it. You can't beat that. For a filling, delicious meal, and like I said, you can add broccoli, cabbage, kale, whatever you want to it. 60 cents a serving. Can't go wrong. Like I promised, I am sharing with you a peek into where I spent my Thanksgiving this year. It was at the Plaza Resort and Spa in Palm Springs. Is this beautiful or what? Settled among the valley with beautiful mountains surrounding it and Palm Springs all around with the palm trees. It is not a big modern place. In fact, it was built in 1959 and it only has 75 rooms and is only a 2-story location. But you know, it reminds me of going back into old-time Palm Springs where they had stellar service. You call for something and within 5 minutes, someone's at your room with it. The people and the staff there are so friendly and kind. When you come in here, you feel like you've stepped back into time. It doesn't have all the big bells and whistles other places have, like slides and all the hoopla going on. But what it does have is peace and quiet. When you go out to the pool, there's usually only a few people there. There are not dozens and hundreds of kids running around screaming and shouting and throwing balls. It's where people come to relax and just rejuvenate. And that's what I did this Thanksgiving in Palm Springs at the Plaza. And by the way, this is not a sponsored video. I'm just sharing with you one of my secret hidden gems where I go when I want to relax. And I did that this Thanksgiving. Beautiful scenery, tranquil setting, well-maintained property, and amazing staff. What more could you ask for?